Hi guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to build a 14 gun brig. This can also be used as a pretty simple merchant ship. I've just kind of converted it as well to make it a warship just by putting in the cannons. It's a pretty small sailing ship, but I think it looks pretty cool. You can see the Black Pearl over there, so it's really tiny compared to the Black Pearl. If you've done the Viking longboat, you can see the size comparison. It's not too much bigger, but of course it's got the whole sails and mast. So I'm going to show you how to do two different versions of this. The kind of warship version that I'll go over that first, and then I'll show you how to turn it into a merchant ship as well. So it can kind of fit into a lot of kind of different roles in your world. So it's pretty cool, and also of course, as long as you have like a color of the slabs, you can actually change the color up on these. I'm going to do a slightly different colored version of it. So yeah, I'm just going to fly over while talking to you quickly about the build. It's just going to be a layer by layer tutorial. It's going to probably be quite a quick one. It's a pretty simple ship itself. It doesn't have a captain's cabin or anything like that, and it is quite small. This isn't built on any sort of specific ship in general. It is literally just I decided to kind of make a small sailing ship, and I kind of went with the Brig style, which is the style of all the sails and things like that. That makes it its class, and also the size of it as well is actually fitting in with what a sailing brig would be like. So it's pretty cool. I am going to go over the kind of sails, way that I do the sails anyway. You will come up with a different sail design than this one, but I'll show you how I kind of do that. So let's get started. And before I actually forget, it is 47 blocks long, 38 high, and it's 15 wide in total, so it's not really big. And if you are building this one under the water, I actually put the entire kind of underhull, I did it in a different colour. I did it in spruce wood slabs. So you're actually just going to be 2 blocks underneath the water. So it's not that deep at all. So let's do it. Okay, so for layer number 1, what we're going to do is we're just going to place down 2 blocks, and then we're going to have another 2. This will be 3 wide this time, and now this one's going to be 20. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this will be 5 wide in total. So bring that one back as well. And then once you've done that, I'm going to fill mine in a second. All you're going to do is just add 1 block on here, put 1 fence, and then you've got 3 like wooden planks. You can use whatever type of wood you want for this kind of bit, as it's pretty much all underneath the water except for right at the back. So let's do the next layer. Okay, so for layer number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to place a block right on the front one here, come forwards, and you're going to have another 2 like this. So you've got 1 block on top, then another one. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have a 20, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And this back is just going to go straight across, so then do the other side as well. And once you've done that, you're going to put in 2 fences here, and 2 spruce wood planks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the masts in, and then they'll just get pulled up through the deck, so you've actually got the kind of masts that go all the way to the bottom. And sometimes it might make it a bit easier as well. So all you have to do is just pull them up, so let's do that. And then setting up for the masts, all you need to do is come to the front, and you're just going to count back 6, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th block, that's where you're going to put your mast. So just bring this up, a couple of them, it doesn't really matter too much at the minute, and then on the back you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, just bring that up by a couple of blocks, and now we'll get on to layer number 3. And then for layer number 3, you should be out of the water now. We're actually going to switch to black wool. You could choose a different colour for this part if you wanted to. It's really up to you, but most of them kind of had, the Brig style kind of had kind of a black coating down on this part. So what you can do is you're going to place 1 on top here. You got 2, 2, 2. And then you're going to go out and you're going to do 18. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then you're going to come in to this part and you've got 2, and this part just goes across the back, just like this. And I've made a mistake. So there, just across this part here. Then once you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to have a fence, you're then going to have a wooden plank, and then you're just going to have a stair, and that finishes off the rudder section. Let's do that on the other side and we'll get on to the next bit. And then for layer number 4, what you're going to do is you're going to come to the front, place a block on the kind of one you did before, and go forwards by 1. Then you're going to have a 1, 2, 2, and now what you're going to have is you're going to have a 20, so you're going to have 1 coming over on this side, and there's also going to be 1 on the other, because the last layer was 18, so then we got just 1 on each side like that. Then what you're going to have is you're going to have a 2, so it's coming out again, and this again comes across the back like that, so then you're just going to do the other side as well, and then all you need to do to finish it off is put in an extra stair. You can either leave this one out or you can put it in. It's really up to you if you want that, but it does kind of get hidden when you start getting this curve going around the back. Still on the other side, and we'll go to the next layer. Okay, so for this part across the front, I used gold. This is just kind of like the what's it called, the headpiece maybe? I can't really remember, but you're just going to place a block of gold in here and then go one on each side, just like that, and then you're going to have 3 blocks of black wool behind, and then on top of these ones you're going to have black wool as well, like that. Now what we're going to do is you're going to have a 3, so you're going to connect onto the side of this one, go 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to have a 2, just straight on top, and then 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is just going to go straight on top of the last layer, just like that. Now we're going to have, this is going to have a 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to come in and you're going to have a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just a 5 going across the back. So do the same on the other side, and all you need to do now is just fill in this bit here, and we'll get on to the next bit. Once you've done that on both sides, all you need to do is choose your deck colour. I'm actually going to do mine in birchwood this time. I'm just going to change things up, and all you need to do on this is just come across all these parts. I use the slabs on these kind of ships just because, or on those sailing ships in general, because the decks are usually quite small if you want to get them historically correct. And this just gives you a really nice kind of hold if you've got it as a merchant ship, or if it's a warship you can put all your kind of nice areas. So just fill in all of this section here and we'll get on to the next layer. Okay, and now we're on to the kind of second type of colour, this kind of bit that goes around it. So choose whatever colour you're going to do. I'm going to do mine with black and also with sandstone, just to kind of change things up a bit, and I should have done it with connected textures there, but I'm not sure why. But yeah, so choose whatever colour you want to do and we'll get started on it. So just come to the back with whatever slabs you've got and just put down 3 slabs at the back of whatever kind of colour you've made. If you want it the same as this one, I've used white wool and I've used quartz slabs. If you're on the Xbox you don't have that, so you know you'll kind of have to switch to another colour. Then on top of this you're going to have just 5 like this, going across the back. And then you're going to have a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it just connects in like this, like that. And then this layer just goes straight on top, so just bring this one all the way across. You got 2, 2, 1, 1. So you should actually have these 2 bits here. It's kind of that front bit of the ship. It's just kind of built off that like a really tiny scale, so you can't really see it. So just do that on both sides and we'll go on to the next layer. And then across the back, what you're going to do is you're just going to come straight across the back and over by 1 on each side. So you've got this 7 going across here. Then this is just going to be straight on top, that 4 just connecting in there. You've just got 2 of these ones. It's just for the kind of raised bit at the back. So you get that. And then right on top of this back bit you're going to have 2 slabs on each side. Then a stair on each side as well. And then just a slab going between them. This is just kind of like a little bit of styling on it. Now if we come to the front, we're just going to build this bit up, all these parts, and then when you get to the long run you're just going to do 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same on the other side as well. Just like that, and then in between each of these you're just going to put slabs on top. Just like this, so it's really simple. Like that. And then we're just going to build up the raised deck at the back, so all you're going to do is where you've got this 2 here, you're going to just put 2 stairs on each side of this, and then your raised deck is going to be in this section here. But these blocks, these 3 blocks, I'm just going to do something different with, so if I'm just going to build around here, it's going to have 3 upside down stairs like that. It just changes it and then put in 4 blocks of both of those. It just makes it a little bit different, and then you just put 3 fences across. Keep on bringing all this part across like this. Just like that, and then for the actual wheel itself, I used an oak wood plank. You can use whatever. Put your trapdoors on the front and the back, and you can just put some levers on them to make it look like they're actually going down. Another thing that you can do is if you grab an item frame and a cobweb as well, that also works quite well like this. So since I'll kind of show you how to do the military version, but this one I'll kind of make a merchant version. So I'm going to use this one just to have a little bit of a change. So let's do the next bit. And then if you've brought both of those up through the deck at least by 1, leave a 2 block gap here. And you're just going to create some stairs, just going around with a 2 block gap on each. So you've got a 2 block gap here, and the same on the other side, just going to do this going around like this, and I've just cut through onto the deck on this part and put in some trapdoors. So this is just kind of like the way to get cargo into the ship, the kind of easier way. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do these bits that actually connect the rigging into the actual ship itself. So if you come to this slab that you got here, you're just going to go down by one, and you're going to have 4 going across like this. It's the same on the other side, so you just leave one of those, and you've got 4. And then for the one at the front, what you're going to do is where you've got this slab here, this is actually where you're going to put it in. Like that, so you've got 1 slab there, you just got 4 again. So it's really simple. Just like that, so put those 2 bits in now. And then come to the front, what you're going to do is whatever kind of material that you've used for these masts. Like I've used oak wood, so I'm going to use oak wood planks for this front mast. I always just recommend using the same one, as it kind of works together. So on this one I've used spruce wood for the actual masts, and then I've used spruce wood slabs here. So since this one's got oak, I'm going to use oak on it. So all you're going to do is you're going to come here, it's going to put down 2 slabs, and then put a slab on top of that. There's going to be 1 piece of gold just in front like this. Then you've got another slab there. Then all you're going to do is you're just basically going to do a kind of step pattern where you just have this, and you're going to go up by 9, counting this one here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. Then just add a full block here, and then just 1 slab on the end. And that kind of completes just that bit here. I think I've seen a mistake here, so I actually have got a mistake on this build as well. I've gone slightly wrong on here, but I've probably just taken it out. So what you could do just to fix this is just put on a couple extra slabs like that, and we'll just change the way that we do this sideways bit like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the masts. So for the front mast, what we're going to do is we're going to take this one up to a total height of 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then all we're going to do is we're just going to go out by 7 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to do it straight for now. I'll tell you how to do the actual slanted ones, but for now, just do them straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to add 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you're going to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same on the other side, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to add 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this time you're just going to add 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add 2 more to the top, and then you're just going to add 5 fences. So these are actually your flag poles themselves, or whatever kind of flag you come up with. So that's the first kind of straight mast. We will start slanting them. It's just easier to get the actual kind of mast shape done first, and then actually put in all these crow's nests and things like that. It just works a little bit easier. So let's do this. And then for the back one, we're actually going to do this back sail as well. So you're just going to add 4. You're going to go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to go up and do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to go up and do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is creating that slant. It is, right over the actual wheel itself, unfortunately. But it is to get the actual scale of everything working together on this kind of size ship, especially with having blocks that are basically equal to 1 meter cubed. It does make it very difficult, but this is kind of like the best I kind of came up with. Also for the wheel, if you want to, you can build this kind of raised bit. That's what I've done on mine. So now we'll do the next bit, and now you're going to add 5. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're just going to do the sails going up to the side on this one for the time being, which is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that. And then we're going to do the other side of this diagonal bit here. So you're just going to add 2. You're going to have another 2. You're going to have a total of 6 sets of these. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go up 11. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And you're just going to go out by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to go 6 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then out by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then add 2 kind of blocks like this. And then you've got 5 fences. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. like that. So that sets up the kind of basic mast system. This is actually what I always start all of my masts on, and then I start layering them, just so that I can get a feel of the actual shape of them and make sure that the heights are kind of right. So this sail is the main sail, so it's got to be slightly taller, which it is. So let's do the rest of it. We're just going to put in the crow's nest now. There's just, I think there's 2 of them on this build. Yeah, there's just 2 of them on each, one on each sail, so it's pretty simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to this part here, and I'm actually going to use birchwood because I've got the birchwood for this floor in here, so I'm going to use it for the bird's nest themselves. So what you're going to do is you're going to find your mast here, and you're going to count 4, 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one on the upper level, you're going to add 2 to the side. Then you're going to have 5 across the back part, and then just 3 across like that. And then on the back one, you're going to go up by 7. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And it's exactly the same style. So it's going to add 2 to each side. You got this 5 going across, and then 3 like that. So that completes the 2 basic bird's nests. So far, it doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look anything like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start shaping it. I will do the guns in a bit, or I might do the guns now just to show you where the actual gun placement is before all this sail kind of kicks in and it gets too messy. Okay, so if you do want to put the guns on it, there are 2 at the back. So all you need to do is cut out these 2 here. I use oak wood planks usually for these small cannons, and then you put in your dispensers, and then you just put in your trapdoors on the top like that. And then if we come to the side, you've got this, where you've got these 2 platforms here, you're just going to cut out 3 of them. It should work out perfectly, and all you're going to do is put in your dispensers here. So you get this 3 cannons on the side, so it hasn't got an amazing broadside at all. If you wanted to, you could always cut through the bottom deck, just above the water, and put in more cannons underneath on this layer if you really wanted to. But if you want to be historically correct, it won't actually have that many guns because it's not really a heavy ship. It's mainly made for speed and things like that. So those are your other 3 there, so you can do that on the other side as well. And then for the next ones, what you can do is right next to here on the front, you're going to cut out this one, then you're going to leave a block, then you're going to cut out 1 here. So here's another 2 guns. So I think the maximum kind of broadside is just 5 cannons on this, which isn't amazing, but just put in those ones there, and remember to put in your stairs behind them as well. And there's just 2 guns at the front, so it's just right here on this block here. You're just going to take out these ones. These you can like forwardmost cannons. These are kind of like, it doesn't really have a forecastle on this one, but you can just put in those ones there, and then you should have 7 on each side. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 cut in the back one as well. So you can do it that way, and you can have the cannons like I do on this one here, if you really want to. So you just got these 2 on the back, you've got 2 on the front, and you've got 5 on each side. Now what I'll show you how to do is to turn this one into the merchant ship. Okay, so just kind of like an easy idea for the merchant ship itself. This is the way that I would go about it. Instead of having this kind of broadside part here, which has got a raised bit, I would probably just take this down. So you've just got 1 of these parts on each side, and then take these slabs off as well. And this is where you can put some fencing across, and a fence gate as well. So I'll do the same on the other side. It's easier to do it when you can actually see it. So like this, take off 1 of those slabs on each side, just so that it kind of moves itself down, put in your fence, and put a fence gate in the middle. And then also what you can do is, if you have a ladder, you can put your ladder down as well, and since the water line, or at least on mine, is here, you can actually climb up the side of the ship, which is really cool. So this is kind of where I put in the things for the actual merchant ship style one itself. Another thing you can do, of course, is actually raise this deck up just across here if you wanted to as well. So you can either just go straight across like that and make it very basic, or you can actually cut in and try and style it as I'm attempting to do right now. So you could have kind of something like that, I don't know, maybe, and then cut through this one as well. So you could have something like that for the front part. So you've actually got to kind of weigh it up. It's really up to you what you want to do with the ship. So I'm going to keep mine as the kind of the merchant style anyway. I'll probably change the colours in a bit though, because I'm not too happy with these, but we'll see how it goes. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to do the sail to sail rigging, the mast to mast rigging even. It's pretty simple, so let's do this. Okay, so we're going to do this back sail to the front sail, so all you're going to do is you're going to find the main mast, and you're just going to go one block up and do 3, 1, 2, 3, come under, 2, 3, and you just continue this pattern until you hit into the mast itself. Since it's a small ship, it doesn't really take that long. You could either have a 2 here, or you could extend this one to a 4. I'm going to do a 2. It doesn't really matter if it's perfect, because all of it gets hidden behind the crazy sails anyway, so let's do the next bit. So the next bit's really easy. You just go up next mast, and it's above 1 again, so all you can do is exactly the same thing. Just bring these down in 3s. If I can actually place them right, just like this. And then down, and then connect in again. So use whatever style you did there, if you made it this one a 4, or if you just do the 2 like me. Then all you need to do is come above the next sail as well, and do exactly the same thing. Just like this. So it's really easy. And there we go, so that's all the mast-to-mast rigging on connecting these two. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to do these 3 ones at the front. Okay, so for the ones that are at the front, all you're going to do is this first one, you're just going to come here and go out by 2, then you're going to go under. And you're just going to create a step pattern until you hit into the actual bit down here. So just keep this coming all the way. Just like that, and you can connect it into there. I think before I did on my one, I actually cut through into this part, but I'm not too keen on that now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it into there, and I'm just going to show you where the next ones go. So you just need to do one here, which is directly in the middle of the mast. So bring that one all the way down there, and this one's exactly the same. You're just going to bring this one all the way until you hit into this forward mast, and we'll get to the next bit. So once you've done those 3, they should look like this, and they should all connect in pretty much perfect. It's just this one that's slightly off because of this front sail is a little bit different. So now all we need to do is do these back ones here, this back one that goes all the way down here and kind of connects onto this back part here. So let's do this. So what you're going to do for this back one is you're just going to connect on one fence on here, then go up, then here, and all you're going to do is zigzag your way again until you hit into the back mast itself. So do that and I'll tell you what to do next. And then for the last bit, what you're going to do is right on this back pipe, just going to add 4, 1, 2, 3, add 4, then connect on the back, and you go up by 2, so you got 1, 2, 3, sorry, you're going to go up by a total of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and it should just connect right into the back there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slant all of these masts, and we're going to get on to doing the sails themselves. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to slant these ones. You have to kind of choose which direction you want the actual wind to be pushing. So of course I've got my wind pushing this way, so you have to make sure that they line up as well with the flags themselves. I usually do all of mine in the same direction so that if I do put them down, they look like the same kind of wind is actually pushing them. So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to put an extra block, 1 block here, and then we're going to have 3 going back, and 3 going this way. So it actually equals 7. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 there. So we've got these groups of 3. So it's the same on the other side, except that we're going to be moving forwards this time. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, just like that. So this one we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have 1 in the middle. We're going to have 2 sets of 2 like this. It's the same on the other side, of course, but this time going back. So you got this 1 in the middle, and you got this 2 sets of 2. So I always try, if you do have these kind of odd groupings, instead of having constant 3s going across, I always have the 3 in the middle, and then have the smaller bits on the sides. It just always seems to work out best if the biggest bit of the sail is actually in the middle. And then for the top we've got a 4, so this one's easy. We're just going to have a 1 here, we're just going to have a set of 3 going out to the side, like that. So that's the first mast. Okay, so we're going on to the next mast. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be exactly the same as we did on this one. Just going to have 1s and then 2 sets of 3 like this. And take out this one and we're going to move it back. So we've got 2 sets of 3. Just like that. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have 1, then we're going to have a 3, and then we're going to have a 2 actually. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've extended that one to 6, I think, just to make it look a little bit better. So we've got 1, we've got 3, and then we just got the 2 right on the end, so we got the bulkiest bit in the middle again. And then this one's 3, so what we're going to do is just have 3 in the middle and then a 2, like this. Like that, without destroying all of your ships. So there we go, so those are the slanted masts so far. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how I go about doing the sails. I'll tell you the numbers of what I need to do. I'll explain it all in the next bit. So I'll just show you how I go about setting up for the sail. So all you're going to do is, if you come to the back sail, back mast, and then we've got this one here, I'm just going to go down by 2, then come out by 2. And then we're going to go in by 1. So you basically just follow this slant that you've made so far. So you've got these 2's going to cross like this. And then follow this like this. So it's quite easy. Did I just lose one? No, it's fine. Just wondering if I misplaced the blocks. So then I've got these 2's here. Then you're just going to have the 1 that comes in. So I'm going to have to take that one out. And if you do have bits that kind of connect in here, just leave them for the time being, as when we do cut out it might change. So this has gone wrong slightly, so I need to go behind like this. And then we've got one there and one on the other side. So that's the kind of way that I start off doing all of these sails. I just basically do the squares, going around and getting the rough shape of the actual curve with this. What I now do is I'm going to set out all my sails and I go through how many you need to go down by. So this one of course goes 2, then goes out by 2, then it goes in for 1. So I'm going to set up all of my sails like this kind of similar way now, and I'll just count out which ones what you need to place for the basic sail. Okay, so now I've just set out the square way of doing it. So we've already got this 2, 2, 1. The next one is going to be 3. Then it goes out by 3, and then goes in by 3. It doesn't touch the actual bit here. We'll actually extend it in kind of like when we're actually doing the sails. Now we've got a 2, 2, and a 2. This one's pretty small. I do usually just cut into this middle bit later on to make sure that you've got enough deck room. And then on this next mast, you've got 2, 2, and a 1. And then the next one, 2, 3, and a 3. Now this one you've got 1, 3, and a 1. So it's a pretty small sail at the front. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do one of these sails to make it into this style, and then you can just copy it onto these using the kind of way that I do it. So I'm going to do this one here. So the main thing you want to kind of do is get rid of all of the straight lines. So I'm just going to kind of cut into these and just take out these corners. The first thing you need to do is just get rid of the right hand, the 90-degree kind of corner parts. And then I'm going to cut into here like this. So you got rid of those 90-degree corners. I'm going to add in 1 block here, and this pattern can actually go all the way through it like that. And all you have to keep on doing is just looking at it and just keep on cutting through all the different parts. And the cool way about doing this is that I'll have a completely different sail design to the one I've got here, just because you always end up doing it different. So now I'm going to go to the bottom and just add in a couple extra blocks here like this. So I guess it's already starting to look pretty cool, so I'm just going to add an extra one here. And then what I'm going to do is, usually they have like a curve going across this part, and also, if I'm not hitting this, across this top part. So I'm just going to cut out a couple of those blocks there, and I'm just going to add in an extra one here as well. So I guess now I've got that curve there, and then do the same on the bottom as well. You're just going to cut out a couple of those there, and then we're going to bring this back onto actually touching this part, and then we'll just create the bit that goes out on the sides like that. Maybe, yeah, that looks okay. We'll do the same on the other side, so we're just going to bring this block back to here and add a couple of bits like that. Just going to squiggle our way through, and then on the top, build this bit at the top, so you can just come across here and squiggle your way back again until it looks okay. And then what you really need to do is kind of create a curve going across here as well, so we just need to add a couple extra blocks on this part, and this bit's actually not too bad, so I'll just add one there. So then you get the curve on this side as well, and then I'm just going to add the same kind of thing on this bit. So So I'm just squiggling my way there. I've already got the bottom one, so now I just need to look at the curve. So this one at the minute is just like straight, and then just got these two bits, which looks pretty dreadful. So I'm going to add a couple extra blocks like that, just while it starts raining. So that's kind of the way that I go about doing it, and then I can see this really straight bit here, so I'll cut into here. And also down here I've got a pretty horrible bit, so I might pull all of those bits back, possibly. And then all you have to do is keep, especially with this small one, it's quite difficult, but you have to keep on looking at it. And I can see this horrible bit I've got there, so I'm just going to add that in there. So then copy this kind of design of doing things onto all of these sails. If you do get stuck, post a comment and I'll do a general sail tutorial which will cover everything. I've been meaning to do one for ages anyway. So copy that onto all of those 6 and we'll get on to the next bit. Okay, so I'm not actually going to do mine on this because I've already got them here, so you can actually see what you should have when you've done with that section. You should have like these sails like this. So we're just going to do these 2 front ones. So all you're going to do is come underneath and put in a couple of blocks, just connecting, if I can actually get it right, connecting onto this part, and you can just come down. I never kind of set this out exactly. Again, it will be kind of slightly different, so I might come down to here, so this first bit, and then I'll go out. And then this one I just squiggle around. So this one's really basic, as it is tiny on this. And it's difficult to make it kind of shaped properly, so you might go to there, and then all you need to do is just come in and attach it onto the back, like this, if I can actually get it. Like that. So that's how I would do it if I can get it there, and also there. So that's how I'd do that kind of front sail, and then I might try and get a curve in here, which it's kind of got anyway. This other one here is just basically a slightly bigger version of that, so it's just got the one going across here, and then it's got kind of a squiggle, a rough squiggle anyway, and then coming in behind. So that one I won't do just because I've already gone over the design. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this back part here. So all you need to do for this one is just come out and kind of down, and we're just going to trace the outline that we already have, like this, and I think I'm going to leave it there. I won't go too close to this back sail here, and then what you're going to do is come out again, and this time maybe make this section a bit bigger and kind of squiggle around it and make it look a little bit better. And you can start coming out as well, so that you actually start connecting into this part. So I'm just going to add an extra couple of blocks like that. Yeah, that looks okay. And then we're going to come out one more time, and again just squiggle around and maybe extend it again like this, just squiggling around. So then we get that, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start coming in. So I'm just going to pull this one in, and we could also squiggle it around, I guess. So let's have a look at that. So that one, I think I might not squiggle this part at all, but I will extend it out to here and then come in one more time and try and kind of make it look like it's being attached to the bottom mast itself. So we might have a couple of blocks like this. So let's have a look at that. So at the minute it looks a bit crap, so I'm just going to add a couple extra bits. Maybe onto here or here. Not too sure. Maybe do this instead. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. You can always just chip out onto this part as well. And you have to really mess around with it until you get the kind of desired effect. But that's almost done on the tutorial, so I'm just going to do these flags. This is the England flag. You could do whatever. I'm going to do a slightly different flag. I might do, I don't know, I'll do a blue and white cross, something like that. So all you need to do is just have 3 blocks on it like this, then you come out for 3 and come in like this. So you just get that kind of basic shape, and then you can cut out your cross. So I might just do it with a stripe, maybe, just to change it up a bit, so you can have a stripe, and you can kind of come up with your own flag if you wanted to. Maybe do something like this, so it's slightly different, and you just copy that same one onto this flag post here. Okay, now all we've got to do, well, obviously you guys have better sails than mine. I've just got my flat ones at the minute. What we need to do is the rigging that goes on the sides and goes up on some of them, like here, goes here. On this one it actually goes up to there, and then also there's a little bit going up onto the actual crow's nest itself. So we're just going to go around these crow's nests for the time being and just put in a little bit of fence anyway, like this, just before I forget. Without throwing fences down everywhere, but just come around these parts. I'll finish off that part. Also, when you've done your sails, just come in the back and put in fence, just connecting in the bits that are on there. I don't think that bit's actually connected in there. So you can put in your fence on the back, like I have done on these. So I'll just this also finish it off quite nicely, and also onto this sail. Of course, the front two that you've got coming down here, I didn't bother with at all, just 'cause it doesn't really matter too much. So now let's just do the rigging. Okay, so we're just going to do this crow's nest going up. So we're just going to go up, just add a couple of these ones. We can come up just on these two here. We could actually cut up this one. So we've got this, and then when you do have your sail which gets in the way, all you have to do is kind of try to do it roughly. It doesn't really matter if that, you haven't got one connecting on to it itself, just as long as it's kind of roughly there. And we can also do this one as well if you want. So you can just go up this two and then connecting just one, maybe like this. So then you've got this two and one here, maybe one coming across like that. So now for the back ones, I'm actually not going to copy exactly what I've done on this side. I'm actually going to come up with my own way of doing it new, because it does change with this new sail design. It can be completely different on the other side. So just place 4 on here. I'm just going to place another 4 right on top and connect 4 on the back. Just make this go up by 3, and we'll make it go up 1 more higher. Then connect 3 on the back, but only have 2 going up maybe. And then we'll have another 2 connected on. And we'll just work these 2s up. And I think we've got to go forwards as well, so we'll just make this one here and connect it in like that. So that doesn't look too bad, but it does look very straight and it only turns in here. So I'm just going to add a couple extra here like that, which makes it look better. So this isn't a direct tutorial again, just especially on these parts, because it's completely different. But I'll just give you a kind of like slow shot of what I've got, if you do want to copy exactly what I did. So I've got that, and like that, and maybe get you some other angles. So it's really difficult with fence how to actually do this, but just do exactly the same on the other side, and we'll get onto the back last one. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm just going to do 4 on top of these, and another 4, and then connect onto the back, and then go up, but only make it a 3. Maybe go up to here, connect those 3 on the back, go up here, connect 2 onto the back, and go up, and then connect 2 onto the back, and then we also need to start curving it in. So we've just got this basic bit of 2 here, add an extra 1 to here. I think, yeah, we can add an extra one there, and just connect an extra one there. Let's have a look. So it still needs to be curved a little bit more. So maybe we'll have that instead. So there we go. So that's that one. It's just a rough idea for it. So again, I'll just kind of go through a little bit slower. This is how I do my rigging. I literally just do it randomly until it looks right. It's quite difficult with this small build to actually go in and have a look, especially because I have to. If I have a look at this side, it's really difficult for me to remember what I've actually done to get it to work. But you can do this, and if you do it on the other side as well, and you've got your sail kind of cutting into it, just put in as many of the fences as you can, as you've done on the other side, and just copy it onto it. But don't cut into your sail for it. It's better to just have them connecting into the back of it instead of actually cutting in. Especially on this one here, I've got this sail back here, so it's really cutting in a lot, but you've just got at least some of it so it looks kind of right. But that pretty much finishes off the tutorial. Hopefully you guys haven't found it too difficult. If you like this one and you have kind of any other type of ships that you want me to do, modern or World War II or sailing again, I quite enjoy doing the sailing ones. They're kind of a bit different, they're a bit more of a challenge. Just make sure you comment in the section below. So make sure you comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.